Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Melanie and I predominantly do food hauls. So during lockdown I haven't really been going to the shop, someone's been doing my shopping for me, but I have been buying food boxes from M&S Spencer's, Morrison's, and I've shown them on here. So I ordered the newest version of the M&S Spencer's Essentials Box. So if you look back on my channel you will see that I did a M&S Spencer's Essentials Box weeks and weeks ago, and that was £25, and they had two versions. They had the version that I got and then they had the vegetarian version, and both versions were basically identical in products except for the vegetarian version didn't have meat in. They had like the vegetarian alternative. So these boxes are all tins and packets and stuff that you put in your cupboards. They're not fresh food in any way. I feel like it would be better if they did like a mixed box where it's fresh food and tins and packets, because you know people like fresh food as an essential. So I've took everything out the box and I'm going to show you what came. Also, to point out, this box, the vegetarian box is 23 and the meat box has gone up to 28. I don't think it's worth the extra £5 for the two items that are meat versions, and you'll see what I mean when I show you. So the first item is a bag of couscous. This is 500 grams. Now I normally get Ainsley Harriott packet couscous, and there's two flavours that I really like, and I don't like warm couscous, so I make it and put it in the fridge to chill. But I can basically do the same with this, but I can like chop up some peppers and cook them with some garlic and mix them to the couscous and chill it, and I think it's basically the same as a packet, so that's a good thing to get. And also warmer weather, you want to eat things like salads, and couscous goes with salad. The next thing is a jar of the tomato and herb pasta sauce. This is a really big jar, 550 grams. If you're a family of 4, perfect size, but this will just be for me and it'll do me around 3 to 4 meals. Because I won't want it to last me forever and I won't want to have pasta sauce every day, I'll probably spread it over 3 days. But I don't have a lot of pasta sauce. I like to dip my pasta, and other people like to cover the pasta and I don't. The next thing is a tin of baked beans. Now, if you've watched me long enough and you've watched my Marks & Spencer's hauls, you'll know my favourite baked bean is Marks & Spencer's. They're relatively cheap, they're 34p, and the only thing that I didn't used to like about them is they didn't used to have a ring pull on, and now they do. Now the last box didn't have a ring pull, so obviously in the last few weeks they have now put them in a ring pull can. They probably are slightly more expensive, but I'd rather pay a little bit more and have a ring pull than not have a ring pull. Just makes life a little bit easier. The next thing is a packet of milk chocolate digestives. So in the last box you was meant to get luxury shortbread and I didn't. They didn't have it, so they substituted it with 2 cheap packets of the normal shortbread. And if you watched the last video, you'll know the last box was full of loads of different types of chocolate, shortbread, peanuts. It was very snack heavy, whereas this one isn't. So I don't think I've ever had the milk chocolate digestives, but I do like chocolate biscuits. Then I got the vegetable curry. If you watched the last video, it was meant to have the vegetable curry in and I was looking forward to having it, and they put a chicken one in to substitute it because they didn't have the vegetable one. Now I only had it about a week and a half ago. I had it across 2 meals and I was very curious to how they can keep chicken in a can for a year, but it had a weird smell to it and it tasted slightly funny, so I wouldn't rush out and get the chicken curry. But I finally get to try the vegetable one, and it's actually better for you because the chicken one, half a can, was 40% of your daily allowance for saturated fat, and as you can see, this one is only 3, so it's a lot better for you. So the jam was meant to be the cheapest jam, which I've had before, and it's like 60 or 70p for a jar, and it's not bad for the price. But I'm guessing they didn't have it because I've got a slightly more expensive product, and it's the strawberry conserve. I do like strawberry jam on toast. I don't like raspberry jam, so I am glad it actually is the strawberry one. But they do say that if they can't get a certain product, they will substitute it with something similar, and that's what they've done. The next item is the silver spoon granulated sugar. I definitely would say this is an essential, but it's not something that's difficult to get hold of, so I'm a little bit disappointed that they've put that in here when they could have put something much better in here. Then there's a packet of Percy Pig. If you watched the last one, there was Percy Pig in there, along with the other numerous amounts of snacks. Then we've got a cream of tomato soup and a carrot and coriander soup. The last one had the cream of tomato soup and a leek and potato soup. I've still not had the tomato soup, and now I've got two. And because it's cold at the moment, because the weather's changed, I'm going to get to try the soups this week. Then we've got 2 tins of chopped tomatoes. I don't think there was any chopped tomatoes in the last one from memory, so it's really handy to have some. Some weeks I'm using them, some weeks I'm not using them, so it's just handy to have them in the cupboard because I know I might only have 1 can left, so I'm glad we've got them. Now we've got a 500 gram, is it 500 gram or a kilogram? 500 gram bag of fusilli pasta. We was meant to get these in the last box and they didn't have them, and they'd put in a box of spaghetti pasta by an expensive brand, and I've still not used it, and I was really disappointed because I was struggling to get hold of normal pasta. I had 50-50 pasta, I had loads of whole wheat pasta, and I even had the wheat-free pasta, but I couldn't get normal pasta, and I was so disappointed. And now I've got the pasta. I've had this one before because if you've watched my channel, you do know that I do go to Marks and Spencer's every now and then. Obviously, I've not been since about February, but yeah, at least I know I like that. The next item is some traditional British porridge. I don't really know why they've put this in here. I feel like they could have put something better in here. They could have put some crumpets in here. They could have put a cereal in here, because porridge oats are cheap. I've had these from Marks and Spencer's before. I might even have some in the cupboard, and they're like 80p. So I feel like they could have put something better in there, because most people have porridge in. I know I have porridge in, so it's just a little bit of a letdown. Now, last time we got a much better toilet roll. We were meant to get this one because this was the one that was pictured, but everyone was getting the more expensive one that they do. And it's quite a nice toilet roll, and I don't feel this is an essential. At the beginning of lockdown, we definitely were short on toilet roll, but now it's easier to get and you can get it. So I feel like, again, they could have put something else in its place, like a hand wash, because they're still difficult to get, or they could have put something more food related in here. The next two and the final 2 items are the English breakfast tea bags, which I got last time, and I'm not even halfway through because I don't generally drink normal tea, but I've been drinking it because I've got it. Now, I don't like strong tea, and I normally get a tea from Marks and Spencer's, and it's either strength 1 or strength 2, and you would not believe the difference because this is so strong. I literally take it out straight away, and the tea's still quite strong for me. And last time we were meant to get this coffee and we didn't. We got a more expensive one. This is the super basic one that they do. It's the Rich Roast Instant Coffee. And last time, I can actually grab it because it's here. I've not actually opened it. We got this one last time, which is a more expensive one. And I've not used it. I was going to use it to make whipped coffee with, but I don't drink granulated coffee, or instant coffee as you call it. I drink Nespresso, so I'm not going to open this. It might get used, it might not. If it doesn't get used, it'll go to the food bank, because I'm sure there's a coffee drinker who would love it. And that is the entire content of the new version of the Marks and Spencer's box. Any questions, please leave them down below. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell notification to get an alert every time I upload a similar video. Hope you're all staying safe. Thank you for watching.